All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol RKT, Rocket Companies Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So RKT has been in a bearish run. I mean, it had a slight recovery after the announcement with the realtor.com business. It rode up towards $24 and it started to fall, and it hit new lows of about $17.80. I mean, those lows were significant because those were below or real close to IPO pricing when this rolled out, and it broke through that $18.30 to 35-cent range that I've talked about, and it was going to hit newer lows. It did after it broke through that 18.30-35 mark, but from 17.80 it has created a slight support and it has run up to the point that we're now back into bullish territory, and the question is, could the bulls hold up? Now, anyone that agrees with me, I would love for you guys to comment down below, but one of the things that I believe that made this run up right now is the fact that every single bull saw this area and even around this price before it even broke through resistance as a discount. I mean, when are you going to see RKT this low again? Now, it would have been a little bit worrisome if it broke through support and it continued to head in this direction, but since people saw it as a discount and took advantage of the price, they went ahead and loaded up on stocks, and you can clearly see the bulls here dominating this, bringing this back up. Now the question is, could they hold up above the 50-day moving average? Now let me delete all these lines, and my question again was to all my investors and viewers, if you guys agree with me, right, if this actually rode up in this direction due to the fact of the discounted price. And I also want to see your guys' insight of what you thought when you saw it this low. Did you think it was going to continue to hit newer lows, or did you think at some point it was actually going to spike up like it did due to the fact that many people were going to take advantage of the discounted price, quote unquote, because this is basically IPO pricing again and earnings is about to come up. I mean, so many houses have been bought throughout this quarter. We can only imagine how much of an impact it has in a positive way for rocket companies. So let's go ahead and move these resistance levels and supports to a new location and see for ourselves what is important for tomorrow. Now, very important numbers for the rest of the week and upcoming weeks is obviously this support level. This is the lowest point we've seen it in the whole entire bearish run, and also it broke through that $18 mark and 30-cent range that I had spoken about previously. If it broke through it, it would see newer lows, and we saw it, and it hit 17.80. So this is a very important support level right now, so keep this number in mind. Now we're moving up, so we're going to pay attention to what's important for tomorrow, but that is a very important number in the long-term stretch wherever this decides to go. If it decides to go back into bearish territory, or if it starts to go into bullish territory. So important for all investors to keep these numbers in mind. Now, we are slightly above the 50-day moving average, and that is 1867. As long as we stay above it, the bulls are in control. The moment we fall below it, the bears are in control. For the bulls to continue this momentum, and you can see here, they got rejected twice. Excuse me for that terrible circle. Rejected twice here at that resistance level, and they weren't able to break through it. So this resistance level that we're about to talk about is super important. We're currently at 1893, but this is the resistance level that the bulls want to break through so they can pull away from the 50-day moving average, continue this momentum, and hold control over the chart. This resistance level is 1908. The bulls need to break through it, turn it into a support, and reach newer highs and new resistance levels to pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So super important for the bulls to do so, and they need to. I want to emphasize that. They need to break through resistance 1908, turn that into a support, and start to reach new highs and new resistance levels. On the other hand, we have what the bears want. So this is where the tug of war is going to get interesting, because this is a very close stretch here, and the 50-day moving average again is 1867, and as long as we're above it, the bulls are in control. But if we cross it, the bears are starting to gain control. Now, between 1867 and our support is a 2-cent difference. That's why this stretch is super close. That's 1865. If the bears break through support, they actually killed 2 birds with 1 stone, like the saying says, right? Not literally, but like the saying says. They killed 2 birds with 1 stone. They broke through the 50-day moving average, getting into bearish territory, and they're breaking through the first support level, which is fairly close to the 50-day moving average, getting it into bearish territory. Now, all investors, since support is super close, there's still some opportunity for bulls to reappear and bring this one back up. So my emphasis is pay close attention to the behavior and how quickly is it pulling away from the 50-day moving average and from the support of 1865. Super important to pay close attention to how rocket companies is actually pulling away from the 50-day moving average and how the stock RKT is reacting and behaving. Now, if it breaks away from it significantly and it falls anywhere in this area and the bulls are having trouble to bring this back up, your next support level would be down here at 1810, but that's a very broad stretch. So I would start paying close attention to how it reacts in this area and if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring this back up. If not, the bears are going to start tearing this down, hitting newer lows and new support levels again. Once again, I want to emphasize, you need to break through 1908, turn that into support, and break away from it to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. If you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I'll be discussing about the S&P 500 index, how it's been reacting, and how it's been rising on scheduled dates. Now, what does that mean for us as investors? Well, if it's rising on scheduled dates and on these specific dates, as in the video I show the charts and the dates and they speak for themselves, it means that there's an opportunity to make profits. Now, in the video, I don't guarantee you guys that you're going to make profit. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold anything. It's just an informative video showing how the charts are reacting, look at the behavior, and looking at the specific dates that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. Now, on these scheduled dates, the S&P 500 is rising up several points. And as it rises several points, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Now, they're rising anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but per share it does add up. And like I always say, if you put $1 into the market and you got back $2, you've done a great job. It's a strategy that doesn't guarantee you profits, but it does help every investor and viewer maximize profits and minimize losses by actually looking at the charts and seeing these dates. And you have to go ahead and do your due diligence and research, but the opportunity is there whether the market's going up or going down. I'm going to post a video. It's going to show up at the end of this video if it hasn't already. Click on it. I hope you guys find that video helpful and informative. I go into more detail about everything in the video, but I just wanted to kind of give you a little gist of it and summarize it so you can have an idea of what it is that I would love for you guys to watch and not miss out on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.